endings of today.
Hi, this is Bill from Lomita Feed, and we're doing another one of our little helpful videos. This one is on getting little chicks and all the stuff that you need to help get you started. It's not difficult. All you have to have is the right equipment and just do a little bit of checking and everything will go smoothly. But there is a little bit of, it seems to be a little bit of confusion on what to get. Probably not confusion, just a little bit of reticence, a little bit of fear. So we're going to try and clear that up today. It's relatively simple. You're welcome to come in. And we're operating as we're doing this, so we'll be saying hi and bye to people as they come and go. So anyway, with chicks, you're probably going to get them in the 1-day-old to 5-day-old category if you do the mail order variety, or if you go and buy them, they should be somewhere between 5 days and 2 weeks. And these are all the little items that you need to help get you started. The first thing that you're going to need is a place to keep them contained. You don't have to get anything fancy. People ask me about coops. You can use a cardboard box. A bigger one is better, and what you do is you take the flaps on the cardboard box, you lay it out, and you tape the flaps up. So now you have big sides all the way around. Into the sides, you're going to take something like an old broomstick. You're going to punch a couple holes in the sides, and one of the most important elements that you're going to have, it's not a pun, is the bulb and the reflector for it. This is what's going to provide you the heat. It's going to stay on 24 hours a day because they are not fully feathered. They're not able to properly regulate their body heat on their own, so they need the help. The bulbs are 250-watt bulbs, and to begin with, the bulb and reflector are going to be in the 18 to 24 inch range. Sounds like we have a bunch of chickens over here. 18 to 24 inch range from the chicks themselves. You always want to point it towards a corner because you want the chicks to be able to move into the heat and move out of the heat. So what you do is you punch a couple of holes in the sides of your cardboard box that it's going to be about 24 inches to 30 inches. You're going to run the broomstick through, use this little clamp to attach onto the broomstick, and then you're able to regulate the height of your lamp according to holding on to the broomstick. So you're going to have this pointing into the corner. You're going to line it with, I prefer paper towel, just one layer. You can use a large pine shaving. The benefit to using a big shaving is that it tends to not allow them to get what's called bumblefoot. But they can't tear up the paper towel, so it's something that they can't eat, and because they're going to eat everything. All they're going to do at first is they are going to eat, and they're going to sleep, and they're going to poop, and they're not going to do it necessarily in that order. So so you put that down there, and on top of that, either your pine shavings or your paper towel. I'm going to recommend the paper towel. On top of that, you're going to use some type of watering system and a feeding system. Your feeders you can generally recognize because that they will have either lines or holes in them. The feed goes into the glass part itself, gets screwed onto here, turn it over, and they go for the feed there. The waterers are always completely open. Both of these are going to be outside of your light on the other side, at least a halfway point, if not the other side of your box. And into the water, you're going to put something like this. You want to use a vitamin, electrolyte, mineral supplement. You want to do it in every water change. This will make 128 gallons, cost you $7. It's great insurance. You want to change your water every day. The chicks will drink a lot of water. And you can also use something like this, which is a row feeder and a row waterer. So in case you have a lot of them and you want to, and you have a lot of space, some people use something like this. The other thing you're going to have is a starter feed, starter grower, and it comes in a mash or a crumble. This is what the crumble looks like. The mash is,
Well, yeah, we did.
I don't know if you can see it here. The mash is the crumble just in a very fine form. Mash, crumble, and pellet are all exactly the same concentration of items in different forms. So it's not like the mash has some different vitamin and mineral content than the crumble does. You will find ones where they use probiotics, where they use different things. But as a general rule, in a line, say like the Ace High line, your mash, your crumble, and your starter all have the same things in the same line. It's all the same formulation. So we also have a little checklist here that tells you everything that you need. This is put out by Purina. We have a lot of the Purina products as well. But the keys to this whole thing is that you need to have the container, you need to have the heat source, which is the light, the bulb. You need to provide some type of litter for them. You need to check them the first couple weeks of their life every few hours, and you want to make sure that the area that's called the vent, which is where the poop and the egg and everything comes out of, that it's always clear, because if that becomes impacted, that's an immediate serious problem for chicks. So you check that, just like a big piece of sawdust, you flick it off. Most of them don't have a problem. Some do, because they'll sit and go to the bathroom. It gets caught in their little tiny feathers. So you want to go ahead and check them. Do that. You want to provide adequate food and water. Change your water on a daily basis. And as long as you do those things, you will have healthy and happy chicks, and you'll be successful. And we're available to answer any questions at any time. Our phone number is 310-326-4738. If you have questions about care or what to give them, please feel free to give us a call. We have a full line of feeders and all that. But it's a very simple thing. So most people overthink it, they make it too hard, and it's easy. So I hope that helps to clear up some of the mystery. And once again, this is Bill from Lomita Feed saying Happy Chicken Days. Bill from Lomita Feed. I'm doing a little tag onto the video that I just did, because I omitted a couple of things because I don't operate off of a script and I'm going out of my head, and that's always fraught with problems. So one of the best tips that I could give people on, you don't need to have a thermometer, on how to know whether or not your bulb is close enough, is what I call the hand test. 18 inches as away from them, from say the little chicken is that high from their shoulder height, is a good general rule. But you go ahead and you set it up and you put your hand down there where the heat and the light is concentrated. And if you can keep your hand down there for a minute and your hand feels nice and warm and it's comfortable, that's the right distance. If you can't keep your hand down there for a minute, if it gets too hot, the bulb is too close. You need to move it away. And if it is not warm, then you need to get the bulb closer. So you don't have to have a thermometer and worry about fancy temperature taking techniques. That's a good one that will help you out. So I wanted to mention that. It's one of my own personal tips. It's what I do, raising my chickens, and I've done that now for a few decades. So once again, Bill from Lomita Feed. Happy Chicken Days!